Hello, today I will be demonstrating how to use the resident preference application through the Taxpayer Access Point or TAP. In order to access the application, you'll need to be logged into your account. So if you don't have a TAP account, you'll need to start there. Otherwise, log into your account and you'll be here on the home page. You'll be at the gross receipts tax portion. And in this little account box, it will have a link here that says more account options. When we click there, we'll have several boxes. We'll want to go down to submit an application. And the last option here is apply for a resident preference certification. Here we're at the very beginning of the application. It gives us the statutory reference for the preferences, explains a little bit about the eligibility, and gives you all the information you need to continue, which will include a notarized affidavit that you'll attach to the application, as well as be prepared to make the $35 payment for the application. So once you've completed the review of this page, you'll select next, and it will bring you to the first part of the application. These questions are going to help identify what type of preference you are requesting. Here you have an opportunity to say you have an existing certificate for a renewal. You can mark if you're a veteran, a Native American, or a contractor. And for today's purposes, we're going to just mark veteran. If you select these other options, you'll have additional requirements as part of your application and on the further pages. And then here it also gives you a link to the application. In the application, you'll have access to the affidavit on page 4. You'll also have the instructions, and then you can kind of see some more descriptions of, what the requirements are for specific types of businesses here. So the paper application is a great reference for questions. When you select next, the next step is going to ask you, what is the category and the status that you're requesting the preference for? You can either be a certified business, an existing business, a new business, or a relocated business. And always look here for these help buttons. They'll give you additional information if you have any questions, but you can also go back to that application. For today's purposes, we're going to say we're a new business. And for new business, it's going to ask us if we qualify under those requirements. So you'll review the questions, you did not exist prior to the last 3 years, you're licensed to do business, the majority of the owners have paid property tax in the preceding 3 years, the majority of the owners have paid at least one tax administered by the state of New Mexico in the preceding 3 years, and they haven't applied for a resident certificate during the preceding 3 years. The other verification here is the annual revenue test. So as we know, the requirement is to be under $6 million. And the place we're going to look for revenue, if you have a federal return, it's going to be on line 1C. And for our purposes today, we're going to say this is a $33 million company. And then we will go to the next part of the application. Here, the application is going to require us to do a CPA affidavit and also provide proof of veteran eligibility. If you try to move on without attaching these, it's not going to let you. So you need to make sure you have the attachments here. And for our purposes, I have a test document. So we'll attach this. You need a description. And once you click to attach, you'll see it here on the list of attachments. If you made an error, you can select remove to take that off. And then you'll also need your proof of veteran status eligibility. If you're looking for, assistance on what documents will we accept for proof, please look here at help or again on that application. So we'll go and find our veteran eligibility. And get that attached. We can see we have 2 documents attached. The exclamation points for the requirements are gone. and we can now move forward on the application. Here it's reviewing all the answers that we've already made, and if if these were not correct, you can go back to use the previous button to fix anything that needs to be fixed. Also, you can save this draft and come back to complete it later. But if we're ready to submit, you can select submit. This brings you to your confirmation page. It's a good idea to print the confirmation page, but also you can go directly from the submission to making the e-payment for the fee. You can do that with either credit card or an e-check. I'm not going to do that for the demonstration purposes, but that will complete your payment for the application. Once you select OK, you're back on your More Account options. If you want to check to make sure that your application was submitted, under Submissions, click View Submissions, and you'll be able to see that you have one pending. And then these are two that I had submitted on a prior demo. So we have, we can see there that we have our application submitted, and you can review and see what did get submitted. Just and then you can delete if you don't want to see that anymore. But there we have the application for resident preference in the taxpayer access system. Thank you.